Okay.
Live.
Hey, what's up, Facebook? I'm Shira Carson here for Billboard, and I am sitting here live with Jack Garratt, who just got off stage. How are you doing? How was your performance?
It was okay. It was fine. No, I had
You were great. You were great.
Thank you. No, I don't know. I kind of the crowd was amazing. The crowd was unbelievable. Very patient and very lovely. I play a lot of instruments on stage, and I finished the first song, which is a track of mine called Coalesce, and it's got a big drum bit at the end, and I'm going like crazy on the drums for this, and then I go like, oh, big ending, and how's everyone doing? And all these like 5 people there go, woo! And then I go, cool, I'm gonna keep playing songs, and I go for the next one, and there's just dead silence. And I find out that all the technology that I have on stage, none of it works, because it's just stopped working. So I had to like improvise on guitar for about 10 minutes and play a couple songs. So it was fun, it was a challenge, it was great, it was fun. I'm definitely still not really thinking about it constantly all the time. It was great. We got through the whole set and everyone had a really good time.
The life of a live performer, am I right?
Right? That's the one. Yeah, always terrified.
Always terrified. So speaking of being always terrified, you are on tour right now, and you just came back from ACL,
yes,
Austin City Limits.
First weekend of Austin City Limits, which was another like amazing show. These 2 festivals, I did Austin City Limits yesterday, did Meadows just now, and like the one thing I've been most surprised at has been the amount of people coming to see the show, because I don't know me. Let alone
you don't even know you.
I don't know me. I don't. So why the hell does anyone else?
But they do.
He says there's like 7 people, I'm sure, live comment going, who even is this guy? You're predictable. Anyway, no, but yes, it was amazing. The crowd was incredible, and it's so humbling walking out onto a stage like that. And what's even better is if you can then, like I did, fall off stage in front of those people.
All right, so let's talk about this for a second. So tell us exactly how this happened.
Okay,
we'll go back to the beginning.
Okay, so I did the whole set and it went really, really well. And I hadn't slept at all the night before for some reason. I think
why not?
Just #insomnia. But I then
#alcohol.
#insomnia. No, I try not to drink when I'm on tour because I need to be at 100% when I walk out on stage, and I can't do that if I'm hungover.
Wow.
I mean, I'm always at like 7% hungover. But like no, but I walked out on stage feeling like mustering all of the energy that I could possibly muster just for this one show, and got through to the end of the set, and I finished on this song called Worry, and there's a big guitar solo at the end of it, and as I was about to go into the guitar solo, I walked forward because I have a radio pack on my guitar, so I walked to the front of the stage and put my foot forward onto what I thought was just more stage, and was actually no stage and just some speakers, and I fell in between the crack in between the 2 of them. It just one leg went down, and so I'm kind of all scuffed up around here, my knee's a little bit messed up, and I've like grazed, but I'm healing, it's fine. But like, so my leg goes down, and there's video of it online, it's on my Facebook, it's on Twitter, I'm in love with it, I'm posting it everywhere, it's the best moment of my life.
Sharing it everywhere.
I fell hanging in this guitar solo with the note still going, and just had to keep playing. So I kept playing the guitar solo, and then like got myself up and stood on these speakers at the front of the stage and was just playing this guitar solo, and the roadie came on, gave me a plectrum so I could keep playing it because I dropped the other one, and finished the set.
So while you fell through cracks of the speaker,
it's my proudest moment. Yeah.
While you fell through the cracks of the speaker, and probably limited your ability to ever have children again.
I mean,
you kept playing your guitar solo.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is you have to. Like, I'm not gonna like if I fall off stage, there's worse things that could happen. No, I'm the least important person in that show, and just because I fall off stage doesn't mean that the audience watching suddenly need less of a performance from me. It just means I have to do twice as much work to get myself back to where I should be, which apparently is on stage.
Who knew?
Yeah, right.
Who knew you need to be on stage to perform? Because apparently you don't. All you need to do is
but the crowd seemed to really enjoy it, so I'm thinking of putting it in my set from now on. Like, I'm on tour at the moment around the UK, around the US, and yeah, I'm thinking from this point on, every single time I go for that guitar solo, I'm just gonna jump off stage and be like, oh no, I fell.
Americans really like that.
Yeah,
we really like the humbled artist.
The humbled artist.
The underdog. We always root for the underdog here.
With the broken legs. Yeah. Go. Sure. Right.
Guys, if you just tuned in, we are live with Jack Garratt. He was just telling us about when he fell straight through the cracks of the speakers at ACL. What was it, last weekend?
No, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm still like, I'm still recovering from it. Like my leg is still kind of bashed up and aches a bit, and the show today was pretty fun because of that. But hey, like I said, the show has to continue somehow.
The show must go on.
What was really funny actually was the revelation that I fell off stage being like, oh God, I'm the only one here, and I'm not even here anymore. I have to do something about.
That's a very odd revelation.
It's kind of strange.
Yeah. So, how do you manage being in Texas yesterday? Now you're in New York today.
Yeah, going back to Nashville tomorrow.
How do you manage all of that?
I find that crying a lot help. No, no, it's
being in touch with your feelings.
Right? Yeah. No. I perform on my own. I write a lot on my own as well. I mix and produce a lot of what I do on my own. Not through any other reason other than no one likes me. No, it's not true.
It's not true.
It's kind of true. No, I for some reason have kind of chosen, not chosen, I've instinctively found myself in a position where I'm creating truly as a solo artist, I guess, or in the truest kind of definition of the word solo. Like I'm kind of on my own a lot of the time, and that can be a little bit soul destroying. That can get difficult. Like I moved to Chicago about 13 months ago, and because I love that city and love that place and have lots of loving connections there. And I have spent a month of time there over the span of 13 months. Wow. So I'm away from home a lot, and I don't have a bed that I regularly sleep in. But and that can be soul destroying. That can be really difficult to deal with when you kind of don't have your feet fixed firmly anywhere. But the thing that I'm proud to say and proud to do is I get to travel around the world and share the music I've made with people who, hopefully, fingers crossed, want to share in it with me. That's been the amazing thing. That kind of makes the, waking up after 5 hours of sleeping to get on a plane to then go and do a show where half of your shit stops working. It makes it worth it regardless, because there's a crowd there of people who are with you. And my whole thing when I'm on stage is, like I said, I'm the least important person there. Every single other person in that crowd deserves more time and respect than me, and they deserve everything that I have. If I walk off stage with an ounce of energy, I've not done my job properly.
How did you get that mentality to kind of humble yourself to the point where you don't even think that you are as important as, the person all the way in the back of the crowd?
I was just really cocky kid as a child, and really arrogant, and believed it to be the opposite thing until I realized that it's a weird thing. This generation of people, I'm in my early 20s and I'm figuring out who I am and what I'm doing and all that kind of blah, blah, blah. But in that sentence there is exactly the whole point. I'm open and willing enough to accept the fact that I need to find out who I am as a person to be able to continue on with my life, but I'm also aware of the fact that sounds so stupid and ridiculous that I never want to say that in public. And that's kind of a thing that a lot of
millennial paradox.
Exactly, I guess. But I woke up when I was about 18, 19. I was at university studying something I didn't truly love, or I didn't love how I was being taught to do it.
What were you studying?
I was studying teaching, primary school education. Mm-hmm. And I'd spent a year at a school working with a kid who had cerebral palsy, and I loved that and loved being involved with helping kids find their minds and mold their minds themselves. And then I went to uni and they taught me how to do it, and I went, nope, I disagree with all of this. And I quit. I left. I realized that the best thing for me to do to fulfill the things that I wanted to do for myself was to realize that I was wasting my time, and that I needed to respect the fact that I was wasting my time, instead of just pretending I was great and cool and happy because I was arrogant enough to believe that I was. So I realized I wasn't happy and did something to fix it, which was to try and be the musician I thought I could become, and that's still the thing I'm doing. That's still what wakes me up every morning. Yeah, I hope I'm never quoted as saying I think I'm the best at what I do, because I hate people that say stuff like that. Speaking
of people who say things like that.
Oh yeah, shit, Kanye's headlining tonight. No,
You've got Kanye on tonight.
Yup. What? No, I believe it's important to feel confident in who you are as a person. It's an interesting thing. Like, there is nobody else who should be more important to you in your life other than yourself, simply because if you died, your life stops.
Yes.
And that's an important thing to realize. What I do disagree with is, believing that you're the best at what you do simply because what are you going to do tomorrow? But that's just a question I ask myself every day. That's what wakes me up in the morning. That's what I believe in. But if you're able to love yourself and still create good music, then there's nothing that should stop you.
So you would never write a song called I Love Jack Garratt?
I love Jack Garratt. I mean, if it's laced with all of the clever puns and irony that the other version is, then sure, why not? But probably not going to write a song called I Love Jack Garratt. I'm also not sure that I can get away with it. So
how does Kanye get away with it?
He's Kanye. He is. Like, he can and is and always will. Like, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. Again, I think it's important also to disagree with the people that you idolize, because at least it proves that you have a voice for yourself and you have an opinion about shit. But I mean, whether it's a good or bad thing that someone in that position can just get away with shit, I don't know. I mean, that's going to journey into a whole different conversation about the kind of electoral position that the country is currently in over here. But let's leave that to another Facebook Live interview.
So you are not an American citizen, right?
No.
So you wouldn't be able to vote?
No, I wouldn't.
I feel like we talked about this maybe last time that you and I spoke, and both of us are having a difficult time remembering which festival it was because we've been to so many festivals.
Because we were just so wasted at all of them.
Too much rosé.
Oh, it's gross. I need a shower.
Shower from rosé?
No. Getting myself out of the hole.
What was I saying? I was asking something. I forgot what I was
talking
asking.
about what we were talking about last time about the.
Oh, right. So I think we talked about this last time because you were a really big Bernie Sanders fan.
I was just a fan of people who want to evoke positive change. Like, there's ways of doing it. There's ways of doing it in a good way. There's ways of doing it in a bad way. I sent a vinyl of mine off to Barack Obama recently, and he...
Okay, hold up. So you're like, no, I'm so humble. I don't think I'm the best at all. La la la, whatever,
But I'll
whatever.
send my own shit off to the President of the United States.
But I'm not cocky at all. I'm just gonna send a vinyl to President Barack Obama.
Because he'll listen to it. No, I did it because he was in London, and one of his team had been in touch because they were a fan, and I think they wanted to come to a show of mine or something. I was like, yeah, sure. And here's a vinyl to take back with you to give to the president, because that's the thing that happens. Not expecting it to ever actually happen. Anyway, I received a letter from him about a week ago. Yeah. It was crazy.
Was it a handwritten letter?
No, it was a typed out letter, but he'd signed it at the bottom. It was from the office of the White House. And on this vinyl I'd sent out to him, the reason why I sent it is because I'd put a message on the front of it, which just kind of thanked him for, I'm engaged to a Muslim woman, and I personally wanted to thank him as a citizen of the world for trying to inspire positive change of attitude about all people of different colours, creeds and religions. I don't live in the country that he was politically in office for, so I have no opinion of his, government. But what I can say with my hand on my heart is I appreciate a man who is able to try and change the minds of people for the better, for the good. Same reason I like Bernie Sanders. He just did it in a bit more aggressive way. His letter was very thankful, very appreciative of that. I was amazed that he even sent anything back. It said a lot of lovely things. It's
He's
online.
sorry, it was a private letter.
No, I put it up online. It's there. People can read it. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I'm really jealous.
Yeah.
The only time that I've ever written a president was I wrote George Bush about the adoption crisis, because my best friend at the time her family adopted a little baby girl from China, and they had such a difficult time adopting her, and they were such an amazing family, and they finally adopted her.
Right.
And I just remember writing a letter, I don't even know why, and I got this letter back from Bush being like, thanks for your letter, stay in school. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me?
No,
So from then on, I was like, oh,
That's
Bush.
so. But that's the thing. The letter I got back, like, actually referred to the gift I'd sent and the note that was on it. Like, and again, regardless of the political standpoint or what people think of that man politically, for a person in his power, for a person in Obama's power and position to actually take the time, or even for just one of his team to take the time to write a letter and send it back, speaks volumes about the kind of quality of that man and that team. And I'm as a humble, like I said, citizen of the world, I'm just proud to have been in touch. Yeah.
Just as a humble citizen.
Anyway, I'm also a musician. No.
Well, on that note, thank you very much, Jack.
No, thanks again for having me.
Yeah.
Sorry I wasted all of your time.
You did not waste anyone's time. And you're going to be, where are you going to be tomorrow?
Tomorrow in Nashville, I'm doing some dates supporting Two Door Cinema Club, kind of around the South at the moment. And then I'm off on my US tour. Again, I've got like another 3-4 weeks out on the road. Details and tickets and everything are on my website, jackgarratt.com. I'm coming everywhere, so come say hi.
He's coming everywhere, so drink rosé with him.
Oh, gross!
Bye, guys.